This looks like the ultimate all-in-one car gadget. The main feature is the jump starter, basically a portable battery that can start your car if the battery is flat, so you don't need another vehicle. But it's also a tyre inflator, a work light, a power bank, and it even includes a little OBD scanner that can read engine fault codes and show basic battery info on your phone over Bluetooth. It comes in a semi-hard case with a bunch of accessories: the charger itself, jump leads, a DC car outlet adapter, USB-A to USB-C charging cable, the tyre inflator hose and valve adapters, instruction manuals, the OBD scanner, and even a pair of work gloves. There's no 12-volt car adapter to charge the unit though. It's made from fairly lightweight plastic, perfectly functional, but it doesn't have the same reassuring premium feel you get from more established brands. You can see its weight and dimensions on the screen. A long press of the power button turns on the unit. The display is large, clear and bright and shows the battery charge level, measured tyre pressure and tyre pressure preset. The M button cycles through the 5 presets. You can adjust the tyre pressure with the plus and minus keys, which should really be the other way around. Only the 5th custom mode saves any changes you make. And usefully, this mode and its custom value is remembered even after the unit has been turned off. You can also change units with a long press of the M button. The hose screws into the unit and there's a convenient quick release lever for a standard trader car tyre. You can use this in combination with a supplied pressure adapter on a bike tyre. I did my standard test inflating a car tyre from 45 to 50 psi. The psi reading was within 1 psi of my Milwaukee tyre inflator and toe peak pressure gauge, which is good. You start the pump with the pump button. Inflation took 1 minute 42 seconds, which is about average compared to several battery tyre inflators I tested in my roundup video. There's a link on screen and down below to that video if you're interested. You wouldn't want to inflate a tyre from flat with this pump. At this pressure, it's only rated for 8 minutes of continuous use before a 10-minute rest, so you'd be there a while. There's also a spotlight that comes on with a single press and a white floodlight that comes on with a second press. A third press turns on the white SOS mode, a fourth press a white flashing mode, and a fifth press a red flashing mode, handy if you break down on a busy road. A final press turns the light off. Or you can press and hold the light button to turn the light off in any mode. You do need to turn the unit on first to use the light. The floodlight folds out to 90 degrees, but there's no rotation, which would have been useful to focus light on your work more easily. There are 2 handles that fold out to carry the unit as a light, and these can also be used to rest the light tilted backwards. Utrai claims the floodlight is 2000 lumens. I can't measure it precisely, it doesn't fit in my lumen test chamber, but it's nowhere near 2000 lumens. Comparing it to my Olight Swivel Pro Max floodlight, which I always carry in the car for emergencies, it's somewhere between that light's medium and high mode, so between 320 and 650 lumens. You can see just how bright the Olight 1600 lumen turbo mode is in comparison to the Utrai, and the Olight's lumen output I have confirmed with my own measurements. Still, it's a useful feature when it's the only light you have, and it should have decent run times. Utrai doesn't give an output for the spotlight, but it's very dim. I measured less than 30 lumens, comparable to the LED on your phone. The jump starter also works as a power bank. There are 2 USB-A outputs. The fast charging port coloured blue supports Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 up to 18 watts, and the standard USB-A port has a 12 watt output. Neither port will fast charge a modern iPhone like my iPhone 15 Pro Max and drops to 7.5 watts, which is very slow by modern standards. It's not the most impressive power bank, but it still could be useful in an emergency when you have nothing else. There is a 12 volt DC output for use with the included car outlet adapter. This supports up to 10 amps, so over 100 watts at 12 volts, which I tested with my DC load tester. At over 10 amps, the unit shuts off with an E03 or DC overload error. You could run a portable fridge like this EcoFlow Glacier, but you could also use it with a capable car charger adapter like this one to fast charge an iPhone and other devices. There is a USB-C port, but this is only for charging the unit, and disappointingly, the unit only charges at 18 watts. I charged the unit from completely flat and it took 4 hours 45 minutes, which is painfully slow. With the unit fully charged, I measured the real capacity of the integrated battery with a constant 12.5 watt, 5 volt, 2.5 amp load. It ran for just under 4 hours and I measured 49.4 watt hours. The quoted capacity is 59.2 watt hours, so that's an efficiency of 83%, which was better than I was expecting. Before I discuss hopefully the star of the show, the jump starter, I'll briefly mention the OBD scanner. I don't know whether many people will use this, but it's a nice little bonus and does appear to work. The scanner plugs into your OBD port, which looks a bit like the old TV SCART sockets. You then download the free YNOBD app on iOS or Android, which automatically discovers the scanner over Bluetooth. I had to create an account which seemed a little unnecessary, and then provide my car details for the most accurate information. You can see the car battery voltage, which will prove useful shortly, and you can scan for any fault codes. Unusually, my VW transporter doesn't have any fault codes at the moment, so I can't test that feature. It doesn't look like you can modify any cart settings like I can with my Rostec VCDS, but that's way more complicated to use, and my version doesn't work wirelessly, so I still might have the occasional use for this. It does have a couple of paid add-ons, but I didn't test those. To test the jump starter, I did deliberately run down the battery on my van and use the OBD scanner live battery voltage reading to try and ensure I didn't get too carried away. The jump starter on the JS-30 is pretty basic. Unlike my GOTW jump starter, the protection circuitry is built into the jump leads, and there's no information on the LCD screen to guide you. You have to go by the LEDs and the tiny accompanying text on the electronics enclosure. Also, the jump leads are very short, so I had to connect both of them to the battery terminals. It's usually recommended to connect ground to a suitable grounding point on the vehicle, but that's not possible with these leads. Connect the red clamp to the positive terminal of the battery, then connect the black clamp to the negative terminal. The LEDs should go from flashing alternately green and red to steady green. If you mistakenly clamp the terminals the wrong way around, the LED will turn red and beep at you. With the LED steady green, you should be able to start your engine. It's as simple as that. You can then unplug the black clamp, then the red clamp. If the battery voltage is too low for the jump starter to detect voltage and automatically engage, you can use the boost mode. With the clamps connected, press and hold the side button on the protection enclosure for 3 seconds. This overrides the safety checks and forces full power out. Use this with care and make sure the clamps are firmly attached before you force it on. Utrai claims up to 7,000 amps peak current to start up to 12-litre engines, but I have no way to confirm that. Still, it's enough to start my diesel van, so it should be okay for most vehicles. Overall, at the current discounted price on Amazon, I'd say the JS-30 offers good value if you'll actually use the extra features. If you don't need the Tyre inflator or the OBD scanner, I'd personally go for a dedicated jump starter with integrated safety electronics instead. The GOTW packs I've been using, like the GT3000, have the safety electronics built into the unit itself and a proper LCD screen that tells you what's going on, which I find more reassuring in use. It's got me and a few others out of trouble many times. I've just received the upgraded GT6000 as well, which I'll be reviewing soon, and I'll compare this Utrai directly to that in the upcoming video. If you found this review helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. I read every comment and do my best to respond. So if you've got any questions, feedback, or your own experiences with this jump starter, or any jump starter for that matter, let me know down below. If you'd like to support the channel, you'll find affiliate links down in the description. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and tapping the bell. I release new tech videos every week. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.